So last video we took a look at the backyard battleground, looked out of bounds and under the map to see what stuff there was, and today we're going to be taking a look at ZTEC Factory. We're going to look under the map, outside the map, and also some stuff in the map that might not be normally seen to the player, so hope you enjoy. So we're going to start off near where the plants normally spawn on this map and go just out of bounds, because it turns out there's multiple different buildings that are normally not seen to the player. You can see on screen now there's a bunch of buildings outside the map, some of them are in the ground, some of them not, and there's also one hidden just far out in the distance that is normally not seen to anyone. Not far from the buildings you can see there's just a lake with a massive hole that just goes straight into the terrain. This is probably here because they didn't want the terrain clipping with a slime, so it didn't look a bit weird maybe. I don't know, but this is normally not seen to players anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but I thought I'd mention it. There's quite a lot of things outside the map that you normally can't see as a player. You can see on screen there's multiple cranes, and there's this inside the water as well that's fully animated, but I don't think you can see this very easily in game without a drone, so this is what it looks like. So a common theme in a lot of these zombie maps is that there'll be a lot of assets taken from the unused Brain Street. The first of these assets is the blender and the pipes taken from the first point of Brain Street, and these are used multiple times in ZTEC Factory. I'll show an image on screen of what this would look like inside of Brain Street as well, in case you wanted to see what it would look like. In one of the underground parts of the map you can see there's a window leading to multiple submarines, so I'm going to show what that room looks like on screen now. So now I'm going to show how the Zombot works in this map. So to begin with I'm going to show how he launches. If you can see on screen here, he goes into the sky and they'll slowly shrink the model before eventually it disappears. It will then teleport the shrunken model back to where the body starts, and then it will load the model for the head and the body, and then they'll go back again, and it will loop until the Zombot eventually malfunctions. You can see with the detached head that it actually is fully animated like it was part of the main Zombot. This is probably just because of the way the animation works, and it's not because it's meant to be animated. So we're going to go on to the building they call Bed and Brains now. You can see inside of here there's a window with a bunch of imps inside this room. I'm going to show what the room looks like, and you can also see how many imps are scattered around this entire location. You can see each of the imps that have VR headsets on have no eyes modelled underneath them, which is kind of weird to look at. And you can see this entire room has been modelled even though you will never go inside of it, probably just to give that perspective that there is multiple different rooms to this location. So now I'm going on to the main inside area. You can see there's multiple different imps scattered around this part too. You can see as well there's a lift that goes up and down that has an imp inside of it too. It doesn't spawn a new one, it literally just goes up and down, similar to the one that was in the imp base in the backyard. Just for fun I thought I'd show what it looks like when the Gargantua and Yeti are getting transported through the little cage thing, so this is what it looks like. I'll also show what the model looks like as well. Funnily enough, these all use their Garden Warfare 1 textures. Here's what the area where the E3 presentation starts looks like. You can see the little Zomboss thing unloads whenever you move the camera a bit further away from it, since I don't believe it was meant to be seen from this far away in game. Along with this you can see what the outside of this area looks like, along with where the Golden Gnome is as well. Just behind the zombie spawn you can see there's this big area you can have a look at but can't access. You can see there's a bunch of different aircrafts in here that are built off the unused imp flyer, and as you go further out you can see there's a bunch of fake zombies that are meant to give the impression there's a bunch of different brown coats. Funnily enough, all of the brown coats in here are altered versions of an early version of the brown coat where you use Soldier's head instead. I'll show what that looks like on screen now. Inside the main zombie spawn there's quite a lot of different Easter eggs to see. First there's a crane carrying a bunch of screen doors for the zombies. You can see it uses the Garden Warfare 1 textures instead of the ones for the second game. I'll show a little comparison between the two so you can see what I mean. And you can see on screen how it goes in and out of the map. Next is a cone making machine that's used to develop a bunch of different cones for the zombies. You can see how that works here. You can see it puts the cone in and then drops it down and then unloads it to load in another cone. Now, if you're someone that likes a lot of Garden Warfare 1 unused content, you're probably going to be interested in this. In the part that has all the all-star stuff, you can see there's actually a shield decoy at the back. This is actually an unused early design of the shield that was only shown in a few posts online. I'll show on screen the only images we have of the developers showing what this used to look like, and I'll also show what the model looks like in the mesh viewer, and also I'll leave on screen what the directory is if you want to do something with this yourself. Keep in mind it is missing the little back stand, so you'll have to model that yourself, and then you can probably put it over the shield decoy in either of the two games and have the old shield. If you open up the texture, you can see there's also another unused shield on this thing. This one seems to be based more off the shield decoy we have now, so this is probably a second design before they finalised it with the one we have now. Here you can see it's an inside area of the Zomboss aquarium. Normally you don't get to explore this area, you can only see it through windows, so you can see it in full here. You can also see Zomboss's office as well. This is clearly based off the one from the boss mode trailer if you remember that, and you can see on the back as well as a bunch of different portraits of him and different posters and different awards that he's given himself. You can see his desk as well also has a few different details that we can't normally see. There's not much to look at on the main plant side of the map, so I'm just going to show what Gravedigger looks like up close. Just behind Zomboss's office you can see what the terrain looks like. I think they messed up a lot of it so it didn't clip with the Zomboss room and also the aquarium, but you can see how it looks on screen now. There's also a chair just under the map where the Zombot spawns. I think this is a chair that's meant to spawn in one of the rooms but ends up just falling through the map maybe because of loading issues. I'm not too sure, but there's a chair there. So finally for this video I'm going to do a sped up time lapse of what the Zombot looks like as it walks around the map. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like and maybe subscribe if you want to. If you want me to do more of these videos, let me know and tell me what maps you want me to look at. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. See you all in the next one.